And today is, well, it just is turning cloudy. Maybe we'll get a few showers, hopefully. But I am finishing up my lunch hour, smelling some flowers, and giving a few things a nice soak. And this is how I do it. Sneaking it in. Weekly is the key. So this is my Veichi, and it's in the, as I've said, it's grow. Let's get this out of here. Which, it's right over there. General hydroponics. And let me put this back in its place so it can drain nicely. There we go. Hey there, Yoshi. I am watering, fertilizing, even though it does look like it's going to rain, but it probably won't. Getting my Angraecoids. And I love it. Pull some of these out of here that have been soaking. I am not going to be long here. I've got my den here. That was a Bobo. And this is my fairly new Rangus Hirotiana. But it's not a Rangus anymore. It's micro Tangus, and then there's another name, Shamarangus or some messed up name. Gosh, but whatever is fragrant out here is making me sick. Pull some of these out. My Areopsis. And let me put this out first. My Encyclia Garciana. It's got sheaths. Set that there. And then this is that new Maxillaria pendula that I am hoping will give me a new growth. This is my Areopsis biloba that I just got from Amazonica, who, by the way, just sent me an invitation for another pre-order, and they're pretty quick. Sent me another list. And these are representative of the plants. Getting my Dendrobium Brassavola. Giving this a lot of light, a lot of fertilizer. These like high light. Still waiting for blooms, but I'm patient. And I just put in my alabaster if anybody wants to know. Giving it about a 15-minute soak. Pull out my den. Well, actually, let me pull out these Angraecoids here. This is one of my Magdalenites. And they sit there. And here is another. These like a little bit more light. They can handle more light than the Susquisquidale and my Veichi, which really only likes dappled sunlight or morning sun. And these can take a little bit cooler. These are more from cloud forests, cloud mountainous regions, or on the edge of them in Madagascar. And I have this, my Den Golden Aya, which has not bloomed this year. Aphrodite times Calipe, but it is somewhat of a deciduous, but not completely, although it does bloom off of old canes and new canes with leaves. Looks like some mealies, maybe. Let me get another plant out and put this one in. This is my Cimbadella cross. And it's really rooting in and is nice growth there. And give that a nice soak of fertilizer. And I'm taking some of these out that are rescues. I don't need to talk about them because they're sad. Well, this one isn't. This is another one that I got from Amazonica. This is a Gongora Sanderiana. And these sit there in some shade. Gets lots of breeze through here. And I know there's a path in here somewhere. But anyway, pull out that. And this is coming out of the pot. This is Cattleya. Okay. What else? Let me get these out. This Bobo. And my Chisis aurea that I love. I love Chisis. Used to have a big one, but I divided it and repotted it and mine died. But anyway, this is putting on its new growth, and it did have, I just got this, but whoever had it prior, you can see that was where it was supposed to spike from, but it looked like it blasted because it wasn't watered properly. And these are kind of like a catasetum, although they're not really a catasetum, but they do like a strict dry rest, sort of, but they still want a high light and high humidity and warm temperatures. And this is the other bulbo that I pulled out, which is, I got it from In Situ, Jeff, and this is his cross, Natalie Simpkins. And he was thinking maybe some of these are spikes, I don't know. We'll see. And what else do I got hiding down in here? This is another Bobo that came out of its pot. Bobo Crown Point times Fascinator. And I'll just gather it up and get her in. Easy. Trying to do it without disturbing it so much. Although Bobos aren't so sensitive to that. But still, it's not the best to have to do that. And it goes there. And this goes on this Cattleya. Okay. Hopefully I'm not moving around too much. I am almost done with this. This is my Path Julius that I have rescued. And I'm going to let it sit there and drain. And I'll tap that down later. Let me give this one, and maybe my Trichocentrums, a bit of a drink. This is Angraecoids that has three. Is that another growth in there? Well, I see three obvious new growths. Tried to bloom in the winter time. but it got cold. And they blasted, let it soak in there. And I want to give these trichocentrums up here some fertilizer. This is one of my Lancianum that I got from Orchideas Amazonica that I mounted on that tree fern. And this is another one that I'm going to mount. And that tag just flew off. As did my earphones. So let me plug myself back in. Hopefully I'm being heard. This is Trichocentrum nana or Lofarius or Oncidium. And this one already a little more acclimated than the other. But I'm going to give both of these a soak. And they're good. That's good for now. I would give this a soak, but since this is in bud, that's the worst thing to do is fertilize when in bud, unfortunately. Well, I put my 2 Trichocentrums here to soak. My Lancianum, which is the bigger one, right here, that I got from Orchidea Amazonica. And then here is my other, which is Nana. And you can see the roots on that one that are really coming out. And there's a root tip right there. And I'm giving them some fertilizer, and there's my Angraecoids. And I think you were here when I put in my Cimbadel across. And you see my alabaster. You see those roots. So that's what you're looking for. Like, water them like a Vanda. And I'm going to put it back where it was. And that's pretty much all over here. Let me see. Yeah, I do want to give that Parkinsonian some fertilizer. And maybe I think I will stick this in there. This is, I think it's a Trichocentrum that I got from Orchidea. And it is Morinoi, I believe. And it is supposed to be that reddish tint. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad those are coming back in. That was kind of rare and hard to find for a while. I'm glad that it's still out there. But Lynn Ford, I would say it has to be about this big in order to bloom. Yeah, this is about the size, because there's Magdaleni. This is small. And then it's crossed with Sesquisquadale. So I'm going to give this a little soak with the others. Trying not to spill it out. And this is in cocoa husk. And likes a lot of water. These Trichocentrums do while they are growing. And you see their roots will do the same as, like I was just saying about a Vanda. You water them until they turn from that white velamen, and then when they get to be, keep it straight up. And you know what? I'm going to take this out because I don't want it to fall out and create a mess. Because that's in a different mix than this. These are not even. But as I was saying, those roots, they turn like as a Vanda. Yeah, it's got to be that big. I'm sorry. It does. Really. That's why I buy big plants, so I don't have to wait. And I'm going to hang these back up. Yeah, I'm just telling you. But, yeah, the one that I have these are bloom size Magdalena, not this. This is Lady Isabel. So this is a tiny, tiny seedling. Roth King Kong. Very small. But these are bloom size. And this is bloom size. And this is about how big it will have to be. Sorry, Yoshi, you have plenty of more years to live. You'll see it bloom. Just feed it, feed it, feed it. Water it, water it, water it a lot every day, you know, while it's growing. The more leaves that it gets, the more flowers it will get. And when it blooms, that's the principle. And I've shown this, my other Trichocentrum tigrinum. And there's more behind, and there's one there. And this is Arides luteana. I won't give that a drink either. But this is what is getting a drink. This is one of my Florida stars. That is definitely needing a drink. And I am really trying to rescue this. This actually is a Trichocentrum tigrinum. If you don't believe it. They're not a big plant, but this suffered from some scale, and I had to use some heavy-duty chemicals because they were all in the crevices of the bulbs and took a lot. But I think I might have got rid of the bugs now. I'm hoping that the plant will recover. But yeah, I believe that is Tigrina. No, that's Superbum. And to give you an idea, my Superbum, that is bloom size, is somewhere out here. Here, right in front of my face. Right here. And this, I just repotted this over the winter because it fell out of the pot. But there's no comparison to it. This has a lot of growing up to do to get to be this size. Just the fact. And this gets a lot of highlight, a lot of water. So eventually I'll get to these. Definitely. This is my, what is it? It's Encyclia plicata. I knew. And I know some of these growths